Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of our podcast. My name is Enny, and I'm your co host, and I'm with.
Elsie.
And we are absolutely thrilled to start this podcast journey with everybody. So, we have to start with who we are and why we're doing the podcast, of course.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or should I go
No,
first?
go first.
I should go first. Okay, no wala. Who am I? My name is Eniola, and I'm currently a postgraduate student at a university in the UK. I shouldn't disclose my location. Yeah, I'm a postgraduate student in a university. I'm studying user experience design, and before now, I started UX in 2020. I started UX in 2020 after like messing with or playing around with web development and data science and machine learning. But when I found the field of design, web design, app design, and then UX design, I started to actually realize that wait, I think this is the field for me as a person. I started freelancing then, and then I got a job as a designer. But in Nigeria, I don't think the role UX design was like a very defined kind of like role. So it was just a design role. And then I was, working, and I decided, okay, maybe I need to go and study UX design outside the country for, greener pastures, the Nigerian dream. So I started my Nigerian dream. I started my Nigerian dream, and we are here. I'm here now in this university. Oh, sorry. And that's what I am doing now. So that's me, Elsie. Can you tell us about you?
I'm Elsie. Just completed my master's degree in the same course, UX design. And I discovered UX design during the lockdown too. And when I was trying to go into, I think, software engineering, there was a boot camp for it, but I didn't get that. They sent me instead some options, and one of them was UX design, and I didn't know what it was at that time. So I decided to Google it and do my own research. What is UX design? And I just felt, okay, I might like this one. That's when I did UX design, and I actually liked it. And after the boot camp, I did one or two work for someone where we designed like accessibility web app to help the blind actually.
Oh,
So
nice.
then after that, I decided to come to my master's in it, and yeah, I'm true. So
So Elsie is
yeah,
my senior.
senior care.
She's my senior. I met her in school, and yeah, we did projects together. Yeah, we did that escape room thing
Yeah, yeah,
together, and we do interviews together in terms of UX research and stuff. And we just decided, let's start a podcast now.
yeah.
Everybody's doing podcasts. Let's do podcasts now.
Everybody's
Is everybody not doing podcasts? Let's do podcasts too. Okay, but then I guess everyone wants to know what the podcast is really about, right? Like, okay,
yeah,
what do you want to talk about? Obviously, it's UX focused. Is us two African women, Nigerian women, talking about user experience design and how it translates in our world and where we come from. We'll be like talking about products, or let's say global products that are like everywhere, and how we feel it represents us, or how it's maybe not centers us, but we want
yeah.
to.
We're just like trying to get our own perspective of those things,
Yeah,
and if it's as inclusive as it's
claims
most
to
of them
be.
claims to be, yeah, and how we see it from just our own perspective of the UX of most products, of any
Products
product.
or
So it doesn't,
service.
yeah, our service. So it doesn't matter where it was designed, but as long as it's supposed to include everyone,
Mm.
we'll be trying to shed our own light on if it includes us or just our own
Or if it's just
perspective.
a lie, as usual. And
Yeah,
another thing is we were trying to use this platform to learn more, right? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're not
We're not like,
standing as
yeah,
experts.
we're not experts at all.
I'm still a student. I
Yeah,
mean, Elsie might be an expert actually.
you're not
But
serious.
I'm still a student,
You know,
bro.
I've worked how many years?
Which I mean, please don't let people listening think I'm one ancient of days. I've not worked that many years.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, we
Yeah,
want
but
to
we're
learn
still
more.
learning. Yeah, so
Definitely learning more. Yeah. And oh yeah, also want to discover if African brands or Nigerian brands themselves and teams and like startups, if they prioritize the research part of things in UX design. Or aside from even UX research, even the whole process of UX design,
Yeah.
we want to kind of like find out if they are following that process, because there's a process, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe a design
Are
thinking
they following the
process.
industry standards and all of that?
Exactly, and all of that. So what are we doing today? Today's our first
Today is
episode.
just
Yay!
yeah, we're just introducing the whole podcast and the whole topic we'll be dealing with. So like we've introduced ourselves. I think the next
Yep.
thing we'll introduce what is UX, for
Yeah,
instance, because some people might not even know what we're talking about.
bro.
First of all,
It's so
UX is user research, user
user
experience,
experience. Yeah.
user experience. So UX research is user experience research. So
Yeah, so we want to begin with user experience research, right?
yeah,
Because before any design is completed, if you are following a standard process or like a good process, you need to do research. So that's what we want to just dive into today. We're not wasting time. We just want to start talking because that's what we came here for.
yeah,
Yeah, so UX research, we want to talk about it and its present situation in our
Africa.
continent, yeah, which is Africa. So talking UX research, the question stands as why do people need to prioritize UX research? And there are various reasons why teams need to undergo research. And I would say it's not even only in terms of user experience alone. Every field needs research, obviously. You want to carry out a business, you need to do research. You need to understand the competition. You need to understand who has the largest market share and why, what are they doing to keep people using their products or something. So research is obviously important. But from personal experience, right, we know that we've seen that people are not really prioritizing it. I wanted to talk about that side of things. So, from what I have, teams need to identify and understand users. That is the whole process of user experience research. Identifying first and then understanding them. So, and they need to do this because they're able to get they're able to get tailored solutions for any problems that they have. I mean, the whole point of design is problem solving, right? So design is all about solving a problem. So when there's a problem and you're able to research on it more extensively, you're able to get tailored solutions. And the tailored solutions bring about services or products or websites or apps, anything that is being designed. They become more intuitive, efficient, and enjoyable. So I just wanted to quickly break down those three words. I know people have it on their portfolios, like plenty people. They put I design intuitive user experiences that are efficient, and all those word salads that
Mm-hmm.
everybody puts
Yeah,
in their portfolio and like maybe CVs and stuff. I
yeah,
just wanted us to like go into it a bit. So from what I know, when something is intuitive, it means that that thing is easy to understand. And when you are using it, you don't need extensive training on how to use it. You don't need extensive instructions on how to use it. And there are some markers that when you see those markers, when you see those things around that product or around that service, oh, you know that okay, this thing is quite intuitive. The one of those things I have is ease of use. Ease of use, and it goes without saying, when something is easy to use, you don't have to rack your brain like, how does this work,
mm-hmm.
and what comes to mind now for me is that when we went to Popeyes, which day, remember when we went to Popeyes,
Yeah.
that we were trying to do the
Service mission.
self
This service
service
of
method,
mission.
yeah, and it was kind of confusing. I mean, everyone who comes there regularly, you say is useful for them, right? Like, no, it's useful for them and it's easy for them. Like, they don't need to struggle to it. But someone who's coming there for the first time is like, wait, what does that mean? Add to
Add to
order,
check
and
out, or add to order, something like
was
that.
it no? Was it add to order or proceed to? Oh,
Add
you were
to,
expecting to see
yeah, check out or something like that.
me
Then he
too.
said add to order. So I thought add to order meant like choose
More
more
food.
food that you wanted. So I
Okay,
was like, what's going on? So
that's
yeah, like no, it's just when you click add to order, it's like okay, it's adding to the checkout or whatever.
that's
It's
confusing
just
actually. That's confused. The first time I went there too, I had the same like panic moment, like wait, what's going on? And I don't I don't know whether it's too much pride or something, but to now be seeing other people like around me, like they're already doing it and I'm freaking out here. It was more like
And
anxiety inducing.
there were not like staff around to as they were all
No
busy
staff now,
behind the.
everybody know they around. Because I don't know why they feel well, I understand it, Sha.
Not even some have been doing this for years, so it's like they expect everybody
It's
that
true that
comes
everybody
in.
would know it.
Yeah.
But do you think maybe they did not? Do you feel that probably it's possible that they didn't research on, they didn't like do a usability testing, for example, on that kind of checkout before they now put it in their shop and like okay, everyone can use it.
I feel even if they did the usability testing, probably did limited ones.
Mm-hmm.
Probably tried like maybe taught their
Staff.
frequent customers
Oh.
how to use it, and then decided that okay they're able to use it. That's all.
Hmm.
So maybe if they did on just a small group of people, rather than for instance first timers, people that have not yet come in there before
Hmm. Or people that are
and
not used to
not used,
self-service.
yeah,
Hmm.
maybe they will have known better because it's like in the center of town. It's not like it's in one remote place, so they could have found a lot of people to um
To test it on.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I agree that they probably used it on a limited number of people, and it goes to say that, or it's like proof that usability testing, which is a method of user experience research, by the way, needs like a diverse group of participants. You can't just decide I want to recruit this person based on vibes. Like, oh, you are my friend, so let's do it. Let me do interview for you. So you are my friend, so I want to interview. I want to test something. Maybe imagine if there was an incentive now. Imagine if Popeyes was giving an incentive for people that you are recruiting to test the product. You know, there's already buyers. Maybe
Yeah,
the responsibility was given to the manager to get maybe 20 people, that they'll give those 20 people maybe Popeyes for a week. You know that the bias is already
yeah.
there. Like you won't be
They
able
won't
to
get the
get
ideal users.
exactly,
You just get people around them and stuff.
exactly. So another example for ease of use that comes to mind is Nigerian government websites. Do
Every
you
government
remember?
website, sef.
Do you feel like it's every government website?
Most governments I've gone to
Even the
they
UK,
just look blank
even
somehow.
the UK
It's
government
not like
website,
it's usable,
it is
obviously.
usable. Yeah.
But why do they always have to look like? I don't get
I
like
mean,
it's
wait,
so
wait.
plain
Let
and
me
so.
let me be straight. I'm not a UK fan girl. I'm not like a cheerleader for the UK government website, but I feel like it's miles ahead of the website that I have had to use in Nigeria. And I wait about the, is it the UI that you feel like it might
It's
be?
the UI.
Is the what about the UK UI, like UK government website UI? Do you not
It's
like?
so plain.
Is it?
But in another perspective, like it's understandable probably why they make it like that because it's like everyone can get on it and
And
understand
understand
where
it.
everything is supposed to be and all of that. So it's
Hmm.
sort of understandable.
True. Okay,
But
true. It's kind of, there's something about it that is stoic. Yeah,
it's
it is
not
not
like yeah, you get.
very.
But
Also, because it's a government, right?
yeah, I think
Like,
they want everybody to be able to like use it. Maybe that's why it's
hmm.
like that because when you get there, you usually have all those like you know where you are at every
Yeah.
point in time. You know what you're doing and
Another thing,
search box. You can always find what you're looking for and all of that.
exactly. Search box. Another thing I like is the progress tracker. Maybe you're filling a form.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
filling
they
a
do have
form.
that.
You'll be able to see, oh, this is where I am. I really like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I'm just trying to compare it to. Do you remember the site where we use pay for form A?
From Ada, I had to Google how to fill from as if I did not go to school
Like,
because it's like if you
why?
make any simple mistake,
Yeah, you.
you
It's
just
very
you're not going to
diurnal.
be yeah.
Like,
So I had to Google it and then follow step by step of somebody else showing
that
you step by
is
step how to
that is
fill from
crazy.
A. So that's
So that means it's no, it's far from being intuitive.
our government this thing. That's crazy.
It's a government
I
website now,
forgot.
and they probably disbursed I don't know how many million. So let me just stop there. Okay, another marker of something being intuitive is familiarity, of course, and the example I have in mind when I say familiarity is UK public toilets. I find myself having trouble like while I'm in the toilet. It's not like I like using public toilet though. It's just that we're not in Nigeria again.
Yeah, like
And
using
public toilet is different from public toilets. So let me just put that out there first. But my pain point, my serious pain point with familiarity and UK public toilet is the tap. The tap design is always different everywhere you go. like I'm not saying that should be. I'm not saying that I'm asking for a uniform kind of design for all the tabs I see everywhere I go, as if every designer was
Yeah.
designing for me.
Yeah.
But
Well, they're supposed to be designing for you, obviously. You're supposed to be designing for
okay, true. I'm
for
a
the
user.
user. So
I am.
what are you trying?
I am a user.
Yeah.
True.
So
No, but it's still very crazy when I'm always forgetting. Should I twist it? Should I? Is it
yeah.
a sensor activated?
Yeah.
Should
Some of
I?
like I told you the one I
Stressful.
was working at the beach. That one you just get close. You're just even just passing. It's just
Are you for real?
even the soap will start dispensing.
Are you
Because they have
for
the
real?
soap dispenser to
Are you
just like
sure
you
that
have to
that's not
just
AI? Maybe not AI toilets.
I think it probably just deals with human heat or something like that. You know,
Oh,
those
like
kind
when
of
it senses heat.
senses heat. I think so because
That's not good design. I'm
I'm just
sorry.
going through, I'm just passing. You just be like,
No,
pew,
no, no.
pew.
I don't think that that's some kind of good design because
I mean, I think
no.
the concept is nice for it to be like, if you get, but I like the one if you put your hand under it,
Yeah, you're
it works.
close enough.
Then when you remove your hands, it stops. That one is
That
makes
makes more
yeah,
sense.
but that one this one is very like extra because if you look at
It's
the
extra.
if you look at the toilet too,
Mm-hmm.
you don't flush it. Like you don't touch it to flush it. You just wave your hands around
Are you
it.
for real right now?
I like that one because I don't need to touch anybody's.
True. That's good for public
Yeah, that's good.
use. Yeah, yeah. That's
Just
a good design for
it just,
public use
but
actually.
again, that one too. If you're just like around it, it could just start flushing. When you're not, you just move around it, start flushing.
Okay, so I guess all the sensor tabs were designed because of public use, so
Yeah,
that the spread of germs. Oh,
yeah, I think
that
so.
is nice.
I
I mean,
believe
that's
so.
nice, but still,
Yeah, but the
uh
other ones that you don't know that you should press it down or twist it this way or twist it off.
like that means that my
That's
hand has to even grab
yeah.
touch some things I'm not even supposed to touch because I don't really understand, and that relates to the word affordance. Like
Yeah.
we were taught last semester, where when you're looking at a product that's been designed, you should be able to get some cues, some
And how to use
hints
it,
on
yeah.
how to use it, like a door that says pull and push. You should be able to know that okay, this is coming outside. So something like that is what you would expect. But anyway, other markers: clear feedback, consistency, minimized cognitive load, error prevention. An example of good clear feedback is when we are in the buses in the UK and you want to get down, you press a stop button and you hear a sound immediately, like a bell, and you hear or you see
You
the
see,
stop sign, like there's a red stop sign. That's good clear feedback because you know that okay, I pressed it
and
and something happened.
even if you don't see the
The
stopping
stop.
or whatever,
Mm.
you just hear that bell, you know that okay, the
This
driver knows
person,
that
though
you're
some of them
stopping.
used to move mad sometimes, they will still not stop for some reason, but I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I've
Have you experienced
experienced
that
that
before?
before. The funniest part is I pressed the bell,
Hmm.
came down and stood near the door, and the guy still was moving. He had to stop before the next bus stop, basically, because how can you tell me like you didn't know her?
I don't know
He,
why some of them,
he
maybe they
stopped.
get carried away
He stopped
because
before the next bus stop. I was expecting him to be like, why did you? But he knew. He
oh
was not
okay,
like,
like he stopped at a place that was not a bus stop.
yeah, because
Oh, that's a good
I already
person right
came
there.
down. I already came down. I'm at the door.
Oh,
I pressed it, and he had it. So he was like, he didn't realize something like that.
thing is, I don't really understand how the thing that we do feedbacks to the driver.
You know,
I don't know if
one of
that's
the
the right
things I
word. Sorry.
feel is some of them don't pay attention, and sometimes, right, if you're already at that bus stop and you press it, sometimes it's not for that bus stop, for the next bus stop. Some people are pressing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
like when we are going to my bus stop, the bus stop before mine,
Mm.
immediately is leaving there, press for the next one.
Ah, I
So some
understand
of them
now.
just feel that if you're pressing it a bit late, you're
Maybe
pressing
you
it.
are too late or
Yeah,
something.
but this one I pressed earlier enough, so that's why he stopped.
Elsie, you know what I'm thinking about? Like we are enjoying too much because in Nigeria,
Ah,
how do you get
oh
down
wow,
from a
oh
bus?
wow.
You say oh wow. So just enjoy
I
what
remember the
you
day I
have
almost
now.
died in Lagos,
Are you
bro. Like,
serious? What
yeah.
happened?
So usually I just have it the mindset that in Lagos buses are still moving, you have to come down, something like that. I don't
While
know.
the bus is still moving.
Not like it's still moving, but it's stopping.
Okay, like
So that
that.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this particular day, I was going to somewhere. I don't know the place again
Mm-hmm.
in Lagos. Then my friend and I. So which already said stop. The guy was still moving, but he was not slowing down. So I decided to jump out.
Oh my
But
god.
the mistake I made was like I didn't even pay attention that we are still like I didn't know we were still like in the middle of the
Of the
road.
road, I didn't like
So there are
swerve to the side.
You know
Yeah.
how Naija cars. So my friend was just like screaming, was screaming in
Oh
the
my
road.
god.
My friend was like, bro, what if a car was
What are you
coming?
feeling like, bro?
What if a car was coming? You just hit you now.
I've witnessed this thing before. Somebody was doing what you did, and everybody
It's
was screaming
crazy.
too. But
I didn't just think. I just thought we have
no,
moved
but the
to
thing
the
is, that's how
side.
people get down sometimes,
Bro,
especially
I
when there's
don't I
serious
don't
hold
ever
up.
do that. I'm not like that was the first time I was in
You
because
were
I'm not
feeling
really
very
like yeah,
superhero-y.
I'm not really like Lagos babes, you know, that
Oh
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
just came from then I just finished youth service. I just came to there to look for
To
work. Now
just
work they go find though.
yeah,
I
almost.
I person wacky.
They won't kill you for Lagos. Wow, I didn't even know. I didn't know you like went to Lagos for a time.
I
I
went
didn't
to
realize. Oh,
but it wasn't for like a long just like for some months.
just a few months.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I've gone to Lagos but not really like Lagos, that kind of life.
no, okay,
Because it's
okay.
like when I go there to visit my brother that is there, so you just like
Oh,
stay
you were not like in the
in
streets,
yeah, that
like
kind of know
okay.
how Lagos runs then. So that was my first time of like going out and all of that in Lagos.
Lagos. We have to do a whole episode on Lagos and user experience. Mm,
Bro.
guy, too many talk there. Anyway, so I think we we don't need to say too much about why teams need to prioritize user experience research. It's obvious why you need research, but
Yeah, I think
we know we know that like wait,
yeah,
you want to say something?
yeah. I think that the importance of UX design is something that people think they know but they don't know.
You
Why
mean UX research?
yeah, UX design
Oh, UX design
designing
as a whole, yeah.
a product,
Mm.
yeah. But what I mean is mostly the research part of it too. Like companies for instance don't pay attention to it. People that are producing products or they don't pay attention to services, they don't pay attention to the research part of it. But to be able to make your product to think that you've made it, like you
Mm-hmm.
made it like you've nailed it, is if I can just pick up your product and start using it and it does what I want it to do.
Straight.
But yeah, but a lot of products is like they just design it for what they um think I need as a user. But the gap is knowing that's what US research is knowing what you want to design,
First.
what the user say they want, and then what they actually need. It's just like bridging that
Yeah,
gap
yeah.
basically because it's like you think you want to design a computer that can work. The user says no, they want the one that can just be sitting down and when I call it will not come. But then you find out that maybe from your research, you now find out what they actually need is not even like computer in the first place. So it's just about taking out that bias, those biases, and
And
actually getting
assumptions.
and assumptions and getting to the root of things. So that's why research is so important in anything we are doing because you need to find out where people stand. Because you might think someone needs something and then they
This
don't.
reminds me of empathy maps where you like map out the says, do, think and feels. And you find that sometimes somebody might say this is me, this is what I'm saying this, but that's not what they really think.
That's what I
That's
really
not what they
mean.
really feel or
Yeah,
like so you have to do that. You can't bypass the research
yeah.
like at the end of the day. But don't we see this thing now, we say okay it's important and stuff. But you and I, we've had experiences where maybe we worked with someone or in school or something, and you find that there's not enough time that is allocated for research. Even like in school, let me even say in school, academic perspective now, the assessments we are given, do you feel like is enough time to really prioritize research and the design aspect, the prototyping?
I think beyond it being the time in school, if you listen to some of the lecturers, one of the things they will tell you is you are limited in school because it's
Yeah, they
like
do say
you
that.
can't interview certain type of people. You can't interview like the vulnerable. You can't interview while in
Children,
school. You can't interview this part mental. You can't interview
mentally,
a lot
yeah,
of things.
yeah.
A lot of people while in school. If you want to go through that route of interviewing those kind of people, you have to go through a long process, and which you
Of
don't have that.
ethics,
Yeah, ethics approval, which you don't have the
the
time
time
for that.
for.
So they just is quite restricted. So that's why research here is just like just teaching you like, oh, this is
This is how you
how you're
should do
supposed
it.
to do it.
But do
But it's
you
not.
feel that's even industry standard? You know how everybody
That's what I'm trying
says
to
it
say.
in,
That I
but
don't think they're trying to show you, teach you in class how they do it, and they just tell you that okay, just do like you are doing it, but not like. But you're still limited because not just with time, with also the people
even
you're
resources.
researching, resources. So it's like it's not it, but they're just trying to teach you. Okay, this is how you do it outside.
Is that really how they do it outside though?
I think how it just depends on which
On where
company
you are.
where
Yeah,
you're
true,
working.
true,
So
true. Because I'm like doing research
I
on
think it's
this
the
topic
basics they're
too.
teaching you. You have
The
to
base. Oh yeah, you have to
learn the
go and
rest
like yeah.
and all that.
Okay, should we go into the present stage of UX research in like Africa or Nigeria now?
Yeah, okay.
Which is okay. Let me open with this thing. It was when you were speaking now that I just remember this incident that happened on Twitter. It didn't happen on Twitter, obviously, but like it was documented on Twitter where Peak Milk. I don't know if you saw this thing. Peak Milk redesigned their sachets of I can't remember. I think it was a pap. Like they started making pap.
Picnic is making pap.
Yeah, that was my initial reaction. Peak Milk started making
They
pap.
also start making
They start
pepper
making
soup.
akara. I
Pepper
swear,
soup.
jollof rice. Like Domino's before I left Lagos. Domino's was making rice and stew or something. Yeah. I'm telling
Domino's.
you, Domino's Pizza was making rice and stew. I was in
They don't
Ikoyi.
have
I
of
saw
people
it on
buying
this.
pizza or something.
There's no who wants to, okay, let me not trash the brand, but I don't know.
I beg
Who
you.
go try?
Who likes Domino's? Even here, I don't even eat Domino's pizza
That's
here.
crazy that in Lagos and here people don't like what's going on.
I don't know if people don't like, but personally, I don't like.
I
Because-
have research. I have statistics to prove that people don't like it
Because
actually.
Domino's here, when I first bought it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my very first time of like.
Of eating it,
No. Yeah. Wait.
of eating that particular brand.
I came to UK
Yeah.
and I said, let me buy pizza. I was home from London that day. I was just like, I beg, I'm hungry. And it was already
Yeah.
night. They were open. They were still open.
There's a reason why they're open.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
There were a few ones that were still open. So I was like, let me go and buy pizza.
Hmm.
Bro, I wasted my money because it's like,
Ah,
I've not yet tasted it all. I bought it and put it in my box. The odor.
are you for real? Is that not the first thing that should entice me to the food?
Ugh.
God,
I don't know
no.
what
I
they
think
put
what they're
in
doing
it.
is maybe
It's
they're
not
trying to
nice.
target like cheap, like they want to be the cheap brand.
Please, they
They want to be
shouldn't.
the cheapest out there so that people will know that they are affordable.
Mm-mm.
But that's it's
Whatever,
messing up the
whatever you see
quality
that
now.
are putting that me giving that odor is, please, they should just.
Bread and stew.
That's why I went to
Anyway.
work for-
Okay, I'm
Sorry.
listening. No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I
I'm
went to
enjoying
work-
your gist.
Yeah, that's serious. I went to work for one.
Oh
for-
my god! Oh my god! Time has really.
I'm
You've
serious.
done so many things in this UK. Eh?
It's crazy.
More. You've done so many things. Now, have you seen any other
What's
pizza
that to
brand
say?
that is doing anything like that? Do you see any other pizza brands that do things like that to
That's
attract
true.
people?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Anyway, let's come back to Peak Milk. So Peak Milk is making pap. They now design the sachet. You know how you have Peak Milk nylon, right? The normal sachet one that is like 15 naira. Only God knows how much it is
100
now.
naira
God,
before I left.
it's probably 500
naira
now.
also.
Anyway, so they now redesign the sachet to look just like the Peak Milk sachet itself.
So how would you not know the papa did this thing?
People were buying pap thinking it was milk. People were buying it. So some people were on Twitter were now like, when you will not read that it's clearly written there.
No.
I wish I could look for it.
That
Wait.
is not.
Let me try and look for it. You need to see it.
Bro, it's not it at all because if I go there, I want to pick milk.
Yeah.
That means the sellers were giving people.
No, it's like, maybe supermarket. Now imagine shop right now, for example,
Okay.
the ones where you pick it yourself. Also,
Yeah,
there
I
are
was
some markets where you pick yourself.
Yeah.
Those Christmas
yeah.
shopping.
Yeah, but I will still pick if it's exactly the same.
as
I
I'm
won't
telling
bother
you, it's
because,
the same.
Like I didn't know that there's pap, for instance. I'll just go
Me
and
too.
pick.
Like it's a new product on the
So,
market.
yeah.
Let me show you. I was arguing with one thought leader. There's one thought. Sorry, one thought leader like that was like, because designers were now coming out to say that it's a design problem.
Yeah.
That it's not the user or the cost, because the
No.
customer in this case is the user. It's not the user's problem. So some people were now saying no, the user did not read. That why won't
Why
you take
will I
your
have
time
to read it?
to
I already
read?
know what picnic looks like.
I'm telling you.
What they should have done was to change a color
Hmm.
or something. You understand?
Like honestly,
Change not ordinary
something
color.
that will be very,
Ordinary
very.
color will have made it better. Like since it's pap, you can make it a different color. Make it like cream or something like that.
But
whatever
their,
color you want
their
to.
main colors are already
Yeah, but
cream.
no, it's not bluish.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of bluish for us.
So even different shades of blue, if it's blue, you're interested in.
Hey, this is it. Look at it. They wrote milky pap. Please, if you look at
What
this,
the
how will you
heck?
know that this is pap?
They don't say milky pap.
They wrote milk again. So I was arguing with that person.
No,
Not really
no.
arguing. It was an LD debate. The person, the thought leader was saying that this is a problem of Gestalt's principle of closure, but it wasn't really. It wasn't. I don't think it's Gestalt principle of closure, because Gestalt principle of closure is more like when there is an empty space and then
and
your
you
mind
try.
fills in the empty space
I don't.
with.
People are trying to justify with this. This is wrong. This is
It's
pick
is
milk.
wrong. It's on me. I feel it was just we are
I
used
think,
to something
yeah,
and
I
we
think
assume,
what they
you
assume
know,
is that changing this place to green
what,
will
that's a
make it.
tiny detail. Who knows
That's what
what
I'm trying
that
to. That's what I'm
is?
trying to like get at, because that's what they did. They just changed that to green. This is it.
Yeah.
That's what. That's the whole this thing. And
Nah,
bro,
nah,
like,
nah. Even
people
to
definitely
me,
buy
I would
it.
even feel like it was milk specifically designed for pap for some
Yeah,
reason. Not that it was
it
pap.
was, yeah, because they milky paps. It's not like,
So this now, this drives, or this brings me to say that obviously they
nah.
did not do any kind of
It's like milk.
research. And when I say research, I mean like when you've done something and you're now testing it. So they didn't do any kind. I don't know if you can say usability
Usability test.
test because
Usability testing,
this is not
obviously.
a product. I mean, it's a
No,
product,
everything,
but
like
like
everything you're doing, usability testing is also
honestly,
like,
that's
it should
true.
be the thing, because
That's true.
your users should be able to just tell what this is without
Yeah.
having to even think about it.
You,
That
you
is
should
how.
have you should have done a focus group session,
Yeah.
interview them and show them, oh, what do you
You
think
don't
about
even
this?
consult your users. Obviously, just design something, just put it. Do you even
To
know
be
if they even need
honest,
pap in meal in pick
in
milk?
in
Pick
Nigeria,
milk, this thing.
who needs
Who will
how
go and
many
buy
how
this
many
kind of
pap would
pap
this
in
do?
Nigeria? I will not buy it in Nigeria because there's those market women that are making those
Better
real
pap,
pap.
exactly.
How will I buy powdered pap
Wow.
in
So does
Nigeria?
this mean a whole brand like Peak, they're actually not doing research or
It's obvious. They
interviews?
just assume that they have made a name. And that's something
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Nigeria.
yeah.
No, so not just Nigeria. Everywhere.
Hmm.
Even when you make a name for
You
yourself,
make a brand.
yeah. So that then you just start pushing things out
They
that they
just push
just
it up.
because
But
with the
yeah,
name.
Anthony and I were having this discussion about Apple. You know that Vision Pro thing that
Yeah.
just came out. He's telling me that they don't really care about that product. That it is not. They are not marketing it for it to be sold in like numbers.
Commercial.
That they're just trying to present themselves as this brand that sells expensive things. That's really the goal of that product because
I
it's too
agree.
expensive for
I agree, because
anybody.
nobody.
Not anybody. I mean,
Most people won't buy that
4,000.
for
Abi,
them
how
for
much is
themselves.
it?
Yeah,
$4,000.
right, for
Yeah,
themselves. Why would I buy something like that? Just
exactly.
I can, but then I think that he's right in one aspect. Another aspect is depends on who their actual users are. Maybe they're trying to sell it to like cinemas, something like that,
Oh,
where you
that's a
can
good
come
one. Yeah,
in,
that's
and
true.
then if you decide to go through your, for instance, that's just like
It's
one
just one
aspect of
tool.
it.
Yeah, like a
Maybe
tool
just
that
like
can
that
be for a
they're
cinema.
trying to
Yeah,
sell it to companies, not to
not to
individuals.
not like individual
So
users.
it's
Okay,
possible,
so that
but
ties
knowing
to like
Apple, it's possible they're just trying to sell it to individuals though, because
who wants to buy 4,000?
people are buying
True,
phones of
sure.
1,000.
True, sure.
So
No,
it's
but what
like,
he's saying is that they're just throwing it out into the
yeah,
market.
I
Like
get
it's
what
not
he's
like they
trying to
really
say.
have any disdain for it because they already have that name, that Apple. We are Apple, so we're trying to preserve our reputation as this high-end something something. But oh well, oh well, oh well. So the present stage of UX research in Africa. Yeah, we were carrying out research because we wanted to see, okay, what are people doing in Africa or Nigeria as it relates to user interviews. I mean, user experience research. Obviously, user interviews are part. What other things are under user experience research? Usability testing. I
Surveys.
did that
What
again.
what talking about?
Surveys, yeah, thank you. Surveys,
Focus groups. You talk about it
focus
for
group
interviews,
sessions, user
You talk about
interviews.
it.
There's something else, like ethnographic studies.
I know.
I love, sorry, I
I
love
know.
ethnographic studies. I'm always saying it every
When
chance
I
I
saw
get.
that, when I was reading, I saw that, I was like,
Wait, where
this
did
is
you see me
any.
write ethnographic study?
No, me. I was trying to like go, and I saw her part of you.
Oh, okay.
UX, and like
It's because of where I
ethnography. That I'm
worked
like,
last.
yeah, any.
It was where I worked last. I
Yeah,
used
I
to do a
know.
lot of study and it was always interesting. I liked it. Well, I don't know. They don't talk about it in our school here. I don't know. Maybe it's not really a UX
No,
domain or
I think
something.
it is, because I was reading on UX and I saw ethnographic studies as part of. I think it's also part of like user research, not just user
Definitely.
experience research. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, user
User
research. Yeah, they're trying to
it's
really
under it.
focus on the user,
No, like
the
ethnographic.
profile or something.
Is about user research.
Like the demographics
Yeah,
and everything
demographics, all those
about
things.
them and stuff.
Just how you can create personas and all of those things is
Yeah.
user research.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
UX research is not like a part of user research.
User research is a part of UX
No,
research.
no. bro, I was reading
Oh
that
yeah,
thing
oh
now.
yeah.
Even me, I was even
Jamisi,
confused the whole
Jamisi.
thing.
Oh yeah.
They say user research is like the main body of it, but it
Okay.
focuses on like ethnographic studies,
Personal
demographic,
profile.
all those kind of stuff. They're
Hmm.
all user research.
Okay.
So UX is under user is part of user research, and
Okay,
it
that's
makes
true, sure.
yeah, stuff makes sense because if you, UX research is mostly about products or services, like based on those things. Like what you did was not really like products or services. If you look at it,
What did I do?
the ethnographic studies you guys were doing
For which one?
your research now.
For
The
which course?
research, not course,
Oh,
your
like
work.
where we were working or where I
Yeah.
was working before.
Yeah, so it's like it's not
Yeah,
UX,
it's not
but it's
UX.
user research that you're
It's
doing.
not UX. That's very true.
So
That's
that's
true.
just, it's even as I'm explaining that I'm even understanding it more. But I was just like, what's this?
Hmm.
But I was thinking that UX was the bigger one, and then user research is like under it. But then I'm
Hmm.
finding out that user research is like,
Do you know? I think this ties into that conversation we were having before that some companies their own goal is market research, not
mm-hmm.
UX research. So and there's different destinations for if you go through market research and UX research. So maybe during market research they can employ some user research techniques using ethnographic studies too. But it might not be the same thing, the same answers you get when you do UX research. So
Definitely,
it's
definitely.
different
It's always like
methods.
different
They're borrowing
goals
from
and
each other.
different objectives. I
Exactly.
think that's one of the things that to me ties. And again, when you're doing like a UX research,
Study.
you're trying to find out more about the user of your product,
Mm.
not just like what the market is, what the competitors and what. You're
Mm.
focusing on what does your user need. You know, like what do they need? Trying to give it to them exactly like that. So it's like it makes it a bit different.
And
So
it focuses on how to improve it for that user,
yeah.
not how to
So
do what your competition is doing, and
exactly.
to be more like something that will benefit the brand, like
Yeah.
more brand focused research. This one is more user centered
Yeah, yeah. And most people don't understand that
strategy.
when you actually create products that users need, it sells itself. That's basically
Simple.
it sells itself. That but now you're creating things and trying to promote.
Hmm.
And so when you're
Wasting money
yeah,
and
because
resources.
but if you wasted that money in actually doing that research to find out what they need, then you find out that you won't need to promote it so much.
It's so funny how like you can't ever bypass preparation, like the real preparation. You
Yeah.
can't bypass it. You always come back to it at some point.
And the
But
crazy thing is US is the research is not just like at the beginning alone.
it's iteration now.
It's
You have to always
all
be,
true.
oh, let's get feedback as we are
Yeah, because
doing,
I was
as we
even
are
reading
doing.
some things that someone was saying that it's like even after you've launched your product,
Hmm.
you still have to keep doing your UX.
Definitely,
Yeah, because you need
definitely.
to like
And that's
keep.
jobs for us like this, but I don't know. Well, let me enter the job market and I will know. It seems like that alone is one job for somebody or a
Yeah,
team to
yeah.
just be doing today is my brother's birthday. Shout out to my brother.
Aw, happy birthday, brother.
Thank
Which
you,
one?
thank you. My older brother, the doctor.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, anyway, yeah. So when we were doing our research for Africa and Nigeria, like I have to stress it and say that there was little to no digital footprints of UX research work being done in Nigeria. I don't know whether their teams are actually doing this research, but to find them on the internet was not easy. I did find some people on Reddit. There were some Nigerians, or because there's a Nigerian thread for on Reddit, so there are some people there that constantly go there to ask for not just feedback, like ask people to fill surveys, ask people to answer questions, like
oh,
just can you help me? I'm doing some research on something. There's one particular one I found called Quick Clean. That was even posted a month ago, so that means that was very recent.
no.
There's like a kind of an app that helps you with your laundry or something, and it's a Nigerian product. So the guy was asking people to fill surveys, but no response. The other one was, I think, it was a students related thing. The person was asking Nigerians. This person is a white person asking Nigerians to answer questions, but I've not really seen any maybe UX research or UX design centered platform or agency or something. I mean, there are many agencies, oh, surely, and I'm sure they also use UX research, but seeing them document it or show us,
Because now the world is going digital. It has to be
everything
online.
should be, yeah, everything, especially us Nigerians that it's like we don't value documentation of things. Or I mean, I won't say we don't value it anymore. I won't say we don't value documentation anymore because we have a lot of content creators in the world. I mean, Nigeria now. So
Mm-hmm.
documenting is probably going to be safe. But in terms of UX research, it was hard to find. I'm also very sure they'll be on Behance because I know I've seen some Behance presentations. They will write a lot about how they came up with this product And I've seen some in the past where they were going around asking people questions and stuff. But to see a platform where, okay, this is all they are doing, I don't know it.
But
I
I
don't
think
know.
another thing we should consider is the fact that UX in Nigeria is quite new. Like
Is it?
I
Oh,
saw an
definitely.
interview in that's done by Jacob Nielsen. He was interviewing two Africans, not just Nigeria in Africa. One is from Nigeria, one is from Ethiopia. So he was talking to them about the state of UX in Africa generally, and some of the things, because those ones were like positioned as experts in their field and all that. So one of the things that mostly the girl from Nigeria made, one of the points she made, which I agree
You
with,
resonate with?
yeah, is that UX actually became a thing during the lockdown. When pandemic hit and companies found out that they need to go digital, and then during that time, apart from that, we found out that the social media blew up, and so it's like people started trying to how do I say,
Enter
got
the.
started to find out about UX,
Hmm.
and then boot camps and all of that started
Hmm.
happening. So it's like it's not as new as we actually want to believe it is or as old as want to believe it is in Nigeria. Although yes, like you said,
Mhm.
it might have been existing, but like as market research or something like that,
Yeah, so
people they
another
don't call
name
it.
that is not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
even US research generally in the world is very old, but
Almost two
that word
decades or something.
US research or US design
Not even
was
almost two
coined
decades.
in
What am I saying?
1990 something.
Yeah, every people have been testing
Yeah,
things
the one I read,
before. Yeah,
Greece,
like
5th century BC or whatever.
bro. Yeah, people
They
would have
used it
been
for
testing
their,
things
yes.
like
So
ever since
it's
now. Yeah,
just, yeah.
this thing you just said, sorry, it led me to something that I thought might be something we can talk about, like a random segue. So while I was doing research, I found this thread on Reddit that was posted 2 months ago, just 2 months ago, and it's called "What is happening to the UX market." So this person
Yeah.
is a senior product designer, has been working for 7 years for a US based company, and he said almost all his coworkers have been fired.
Wow.
He has been updating his portfolio because he's afraid,
Oh
because
my
he wants to
gosh.
start applying because they might boot him out soon. But you will see that, oh, this is a senior role just advertised. He has already seen like 500 people have applied for the same
Yeah,
job,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's scared. And this is not even only on Reddit, on TikTok, on Twitter. You see people
I think we should do a segment
filming
on that. What do you
their,
think?
like, an episode on this,
Just
definitely.
reading comments from that,
Oh,
like
just reading
these
comments.
ones.
Oh, like right now.
No, no, no.
Or like
The
maybe
next
later on,
episode or
definitely.
something.
But I just feel like why I'm bringing this up is that, oh, we're talking about UX design. We've even started a podcast on UX design.
Mm.
It doesn't mean that I don't think we should disconnect from the reality. I don't think we should act like we're not seeing the reality of what's going on, and it's something to add. But I think we've gotten to a
Yeah.
good place now.
So,
Yeah. I guess we'll see you next episode. Take care. Take care. How's
bye.
that for a first episode? Bye.